Hi, I'm Fred. This is my 1955 MG TF 1500. I got it when I was 17 years old. Paid $1,150 for it probably, and drove it till I finished college, got a job, bought a Porsche. I'm redoing this so that my daughters at least can see how to work on the car, and when they're bigger they can help me work on it. So I got my tools, got my Whitworth tools. I took a crank on this and I can't get it off. Starting point of revitalizing my 1955 MG TF 1500. First thing I did was take the wheels off, and I'm going to take all of the wings off and get so I can work on the engine. The tires are over here. I've been sitting on the car for about 40 years, and you can see they popped open. This tire was the spare tire, and it was new, and it was under a cover, and so it never got worn out. Probably won't drive it, but I had to cover the tire itself because I'm going to save it. I'm not going to buy another tire, and I'm going to paint the wheels. So to do that, I bought a paint gun. This is a LPLV paint gun, meaning low pressure, low volume. Kind of like a glorified airbrush. It actually works pretty good. But when I paint the car, I'm going to get a HTE, which is a high, not energy, but anyway, it's going to put out more paint. So this is what I'm going to use to paint those tires, and I've got some silver. I'm going to use bright silver. You're supposed to use kind of hammered gray silver, and I want to paint other parts silver, and I don't really like the gray, so I'm going with bright. Some people think it tarts up the MG. Well, I wanted to show you the tools I got. These are my Whitworth tools. They're from England. I had my brother who come visit me, and so he brought them with him, or some of them anyway, most of them. And they're Whitworth. They're used from England. I got them like for $40, so that was a really good deal, because you need those to fix that car. And it's got all the sizes, so I was really happy. Just going to recap what I did to prepare the wheels, because they were full of grease. They've been sitting around for 40, 50 years. So I took a drill and I got a toilet brush and cut the brush apart. Used this, and I put it in my drill head, and I shot the wheels with oven cleaner, and then used this. And this toilet brush worked better than anything I've ever used to clean anything before. So use this. I'm doing this video for my daughters, so they'll see what I did, and if they want to take care of the car, they're screaming in the house now. If they want to take the car, they'll learn how to do it from these videos. Hi. Just wanted to talk about how I finished up prepping the wire wheels. I got a mandrel and cotton polisher. Well, I don't know what it's called, cotton polishing device, and some white Jeweler's Rouge. Scrubbed it on here, and then I used it on the wheels through the spokes. It worked pretty good. I don't think it really does that much. The polishing rouge doesn't really go into the swab very well. However, this worked really well. My Dremel, and I got some abrasive polishing wheels that are like stuff you wash the dishes with, and they worked really good. I bought this. It's a brass wheel for the Dremel. Don't buy this. It lasts about 2 seconds and falls apart. I think if you have to use this, you're going to have to soak it in glue or figure out some resin blob, because it just falls apart. Doesn't last at all. But these work great. I used about a half a dozen for each wheel. Did it 2 or 3 times. I'll show you how I did it. It's pretty easy. This is my Dremel. Turn it on. And what's great about this is you can just put it right in there, and it works pretty good. It gets all the old paint off. And it worked really well on the other wheels, but this one's been in the shade inside the car in the spare tire, so it doesn't need much work. but the others needed quite a bit of work, and some of them I got down to the red primer, and that came out pretty easily. And this Dremel tool works really good for getting into small places. So I was able to polish kind of everything up and get it ready for paint. Pretty clean. And what's good is when it wears out, you can fit into smaller and smaller crevices. So this was a really good buy. If you're ever working on your wire wheels, Dremel tool and these abrasive wheels that really are kind of like scrubbing your dishes with. Okay, they come in different grits, which I don't know how you get different grits in an abrasive wheel, but they did. And I wore out quite a few of them. So that's it. I'm kind of ready for paint. The next step is I bought a tent. We're going to set it up and use it as a windbreak. And I'm going to spray in it these wheels. When I get to painting the car, I might buy a bigger tent, and then I'll hook up an exhaust system. I've got a mask and everything, and clothing and everything you need. And so when I get a ductwork in there and a fan that'll pull through the tent, and it should be able to create something of a good spray booth for the car. I know it's not professional, but I'm not spending money on fixing the car, not investing in paint booths. Okay, that's it. See you later.